Hello and welcome back to another Tartan Talk Tuesday. This week is going to be more of an announcement video for Tartan Talk. For those of you who do not know, my parents own MacIsaac kilt makers, and for almost 30 years they have been world-renowned kilt makers, and they've also made a lot of Highland dancing outfits, the Highland dancing jackets, vests, aboyns, hornpipe, jig outfits, the whole deal. As time has gone on, they want to maybe work a few less hours, not more. So they've decided to pare down and focus back to what my mother started doing back when I used to be a Highland dancer, which is just making kilts, men's, women's, whichever. So they've decided to eliminate jackets and aboyns and all those things from their repertoire. For years, my mother has been asking me to take over the jacket making. And for years, I didn't think it was the right time, and I just wasn't sure if it was something that I really wanted to get myself into. However, I have finally decided that yes, this is the right time. Now, I did already make a post about this on social media, but I thought perhaps I would do a more in-depth video and explain a few little pieces of information in regards to these. So I will be doing female Highland dancing jackets and vests. A few people have asked me if I'm going to be doing the boys' jackets or the men's jackets, and those are an entirely different beast, I'm afraid. So I will just be focusing on the velvet for now, but I will be doing Highland vests and jackets, aboyne vests, and aboyne skirts as well. I will not be making kilts, that is still my parents' business, and I also am not going to be making hornpipe outfits or jig outfits, but aboyne outfits, aboyne vests, and Highland jackets and vests, that is what I'll be taking over. For those of you who have always been a fan of MacIsaac kilt makers jackets, my mother has perfected those patterns over years and years of trial and tribulation. And she has handed all of those patterns down to me. So all of the things that I'm going to be making will be exactly MacIsaac kilt makers patterns and up to their specifications. Now, one of the things that is going to be different, and this is actually something that my mother considered doing even when she was still doing jackets, because the velvet is one of the most impossible parts of this entire process. Companies are always changing the colors of the velvet. There's dozens and dozens of shades available, and there's so many different tartans and so many different shades of velvet. That was one of the major reasons why I never wanted to sort of get into this, because I didn't want to be stocking 3 dozen shades of velvet. So the thing that's going to be different with me is I will not be stocking any velvet. If anybody wants to order any velvet item from me, they can bring me the velvet themselves. And that is reflected in the price, of course. There are several companies in Canada that sell the Highland velvet. There's also companies over in the UK that do. So I will not be stocking the velvet or the braid and buttons. I will, however, be providing all of the other materials that go into it, the lining, the interlining, the boning, the thread, all of that stuff is totally provided by me. But the velvet and the braid and buttons are not. But as I said, it is easily accessible. You can easily order it off of a website and have it shipped directly to me. That's totally fine. It just makes things a little bit simpler all the way around. I have updated my website to list all of the prices for all of the different variety of sizes and children's and adults and aboyns and Highland and all of that stuff. So you can feel free to check that out right here. And if you have any questions at all about this entire process, or if you're interested in placing an order, you can email me right here. Now, I try not to have my Tartan Talk Tuesday videos be a big selling video, because I don't want to be sort of constantly saying buy here, buy now. But I did feel it was important just for this specific topic to give people sort of the overall idea of what my process is going to be going into all of these Highland costumes. And of course, I'm still 100% going to be doing my business. That is not going to change whatsoever. I'm just going to be adding this on to my existing repertoire. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next week for another Tartan Talk Tuesday. Cheers.